Dear students, in the previous lecture we have discussed how the images are formed by the spherical mirrors, concave and convex mirrors. Already we have discussed that, on the curved surfaces, on one surface you may get one type of image, on the other surface you may get another type of image. Sometimes you will get erected images, inverted images, real images, diminished images, magnified images. So different types of images you will get. Why you will get different types of images, how you will get different types of images, and when you are constructing the ray diagrams, when you want to know the image formation, okay, so you should know how the construction, how the rays are constructed. It is very, very important. So by using the laws of reflection on the mirrors, when the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, or when it is passing through the principal focus or center of curvature, so all these things we discuss generally. Okay, now that one again we are going to discuss uh, the images by mirrors. Of course, here we are discussing spherical mirrors. So here we will take, that is concave. Okay, that we are going to discuss the main thing. And now here you see, now I have taken a concave mirror, and now this is the pole P. That is the pole P, because this is a mirror, concave mirror, because this side is reflecting and that side we have silvered it. And now if I take, this is point Q and this is Q dash. Q dash are the endpoints of the spherical mirrors, and now this is the midpoint, okay, which we call it as the vertex also. And also at the same time here we are going to take, this is the center and this is the principal focus. Already we discussed in the earlier class, that is this is the principal focus and this is the center of curvature. And of course this mirror is a part of a sphere. This is the part of a sphere, okay, that's why you should understand this is a spherical mirror. Now we'll put the images, we'll put the objects at different positions. When object is at different positions, okay, when object is coming near to the spherical mirror, when object is far away from the spherical mirror, how the images are formed, means how the characteristics of the images will vary, that we will discuss now. Okay, so here one important point you should understand, that this is the center of curvature, and of course from this already PC is nothing but radius R from here to here. Already this is the sphere, and now C to P, this is PC, is nothing but radius of curvature. Already we discussed in the earlier class. And PF is nothing but focal length F, and of course R is equal to 2F. Okay, this is another important one. So PF, now I'll put the object at different positions. Now for example, object at infinity. Object at infinity means object is very far from the spherical mirror. At that time, how the images are formed, that we are going to discuss now. When object is very far, we are going to take the incident rays parallel to each other. Now one incident ray I have taken here. Okay, let me take this incident ray as AB. AB is one incident ray. Another incident ray also I have taken, that is C is also here. So DE. DE is another incident ray. Okay, AB is one incident ray and DE is another incident ray. Okay, now they are parallel. Here object is at infinity. Object is at infinity. Here some students may get the question, the incident rays are, why we are taking the incident rays are parallel to each other. Generally very simple observation you might have made. That is, when a car is coming, the night time, when a car is coming with headlights which are switched on, when it is very far, that lights, it appear parallel to each other. It appears straight and parallel to each other. And when the car headlights come near to you, then you will see the divergence there. You will see the divergence. But when it is very far, you will see that light rays are straight and parallel. But when they come near to you, you will see the divergence. Even if you take a torchlight, for example, when you switch on the torchlight, when you are very far, that light appears to be very straight and parallel. But when it comes near, the divergence you see. Even you might have seen, if you take, for example, two nails, you take like that, then you switch on the torchlight, then these nails, shadow of these nails will appear straight when you are very far. But when you come near to this, the shadow, it will appear, it will what we can say, it will be diverged. So this is the reason we are telling that, the incident rays are parallel to each other, and thereby, because we can say that object is at infinity and the incident rays are parallel. After that, this incident rays are struck. AB is one incident ray and B is the point of incidence. Now I can say that this light ray is reflecting such that this is passing through the now principal focus. It is passing through principal focus. Okay. So this is what you should understand. So AB is the incident ray and it is passing through the principal focus, because already in the earlier class we discussed that when the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through the principal focus. Even if you get in a doubt also, you can say this is the incident ray and this is the point of incidence. Then to draw the reflected ray, the very simple thing is immediately you have to draw the normal. How can you draw the normal? From center. So from center I have drawn a line. This line is making 90 degrees with a tangent what I am drawing here. If I draw a tangent at this point to this point, this line is making 90 degrees. Then if this is the normal, this is the incident ray, then this become angle of incidence, and if this is the reflected ray and this is the normal, then this become angle of reflection. So this reflected ray is passing through the principal focus. Okay, this is one. Now you take another incident ray, DE, if this DE is another incident ray, how it is passing? Again, it is also parallel to the principal axis. Again, you can see that it will pass like this. Okay, it will pass like this. Now again you can say this is angle of incidence and this is angle of reflection. Very simple. So you can say that this reflected ray and this reflected ray are passing through the principal focus. And now when you come into the image, what is meant by image? What is meant by image? Image means the point where the reflected rays meet or appear to meet. That point is called image point. The point where the reflected rays meet or appear to meet. Now I want to take the reflected rays. I will take this reflected ray. That is, I will take, this is C, D, E, F, G, and this one is H. Now B, G is one reflected ray and this is another reflected ray, that is EH. Now this reflected ray BG and EH, they really meet. So they are converging at a point. They are really meeting. So as this reflected ray and this reflected ray meeting, so where they have met at this point. As they really met, so we can say this is the image point. So this is the image point. The image of this object which is at infinity is formed here. Where it is formed? It is formed at principal focus. This is another important point. Though we call it as principal focus, when the object is at infinity, the image is formed at the principal focus. This experiment, generally we used to calculate the focal length of spherical mirrors. In the laboratories, when some spherical mirrors are given, for example, they will give a concave mirror and they will ask you to calculate the focal length. Focal length means what? That is PF, P to F, that is the focal length. You want to calculate that focal length, then what you do? Just you put the mirror here and you put a screen in front of the mirror and you just you are focusing the, what I can say, an object which is at very far. For example, a building is there which is very far, and now the incident rays which are coming from that building fall on this mirror, and after that they will reflect and they will fall on the screen. Why that image is formed on the screen? Because here the reflected rays have really met, so we are going to get here real image. Image is formed, and of course it is nothing but real image. Real image formed because the light rays are really meeting. Okay, real image is formed. As the real image is formed when you put any screen here, if you put any screen here, so at that point you are going to get the image of that object. And now this is the mirror and this is the screen, and object is there, and now you have to adjust the screen such that you are adjusting the screen. When you adjust the screen, now at this position you got a perfect image. When you got the perfect image means, where is the screen? The screen is at principal focus. Screen is at principal focus means from mirror to this point, this distance, what is called focal length simply. So very simple experiment. You put a mirror, just you put the screen, then you focus an object which is very far, adjust the screen. When you are adjusting, when you come here, okay, when you come the point where you are getting the perfect image, that point is nothing but image point, and also it is formed at principal focus, and that length is going to be the focal length. Thereby we can say what is the focal length of the spherical mirror. Okay, this is generally we use in the activities. Now what type of image we are going to get? It is a real image, and you see the size of image is very small. As it is very small, so we say it is diminished. It is diminished. So this is what you can say, real image and diminished. So this one you should understand now. Now we will take another object here. Now we will take another object here. This is C and this is F. Now object, I am keeping object beyond C. Beyond C. Beyond C means object is beyond C. Now it is not at infinity, at some nearer to the spherical mirror. Okay, you are able to identify the object. Now the object is here. Object is here. I will take object as OB. OB is the object. And of course this side, this vertical distance, I take it as object side, OB. OB is H1, which is nothing but object side. And also at the same time, this is P. PO means object is here. From what distance it is there? PO. PO from here to here. This is called object distance U. So that you should understand. P to O. That is nothing but PO is nothing but object distance U. Object distance. So object distance denoted by letter U. Okay, now object is here beyond C. Then you want to know how the image is formed, where the image is formed. Now you take any two rays. Okay, one ray I am taking. So this is D. Now one incident ray parallel to the principal axis. Again, it is also close to the principal axis, and now it is parallel to the principal axis and it has struck the mirror. At what point it has struck? D. D. Now after striking, what happens? It passed through the principal focus. It passed through the principal focus. Okay. Another ray I have taken such that now I will take, this is E. Now you see here one incident ray it is passing through the center of curvature. It is passing through the center of curvature. Okay, how it will reflect? It is passing through the center of curvature. How it will reflect? You want to know. Then this is the incident ray. Then this is the point of incidence. Okay, after drawing the incident ray, then you have to draw the normal. From where you have to draw the normal? From center to the point of incidence. Now this is only the normal. Now normal, incident ray, both are coinciding. What is the angle of incidence here? The angle of incidence here is, what is the angle of incidence here? 0. So this is the angle of incidence is 0, angle of reflection is also 0. This is the path of incident ray and this is only the path of reflected ray, but in reverse direction. So if BE is the incident ray, EB is reflected ray. BE is incident ray, EB is reflected ray. Now you see this reflected ray and this reflected ray, both are really meeting at this point. Then what is this point called? Image point. Now this reflected ray and this reflected ray meeting at this point. Then what is this point called? Image point. Then I say IM. IM is image point. IM is image point. Now you see IM is image point. OB and IM, if we take, the size of image is less than the size of object. I can take IM is equal to H2. What is H2 here? What is H2? Image size. Then this is the image point, this is the image point. From here to here, how much distance is there? From here to here, Pi is V. What is that? Image distance. So Pi, P to I is image distance, PO object distance, OB object size, IM image size. But here you see image size, that is denoted by letter H2. Here H2 less than H1. So image size is less than object size. When image size is less than object size, then we can say it is diminished. It is diminished. And also you see here object distance greater than image distance means V is less than U. And you see object is above the principal axis. Object is like that, but image is formed like this. Object is like that, but image is formed like this. Object is like this, but image is formed like this. So it is inverted. It is, object is like that, but image is formed like this. It is inverted, diminished. Is it real image? Yes, because this reflected ray and this reflected really meeting. So it is real image. So when object is beyond C, you are going to get diminished, inverted, real image. Okay, this is what observations you should make. Now we will take another one. Now we will take another one. Object at C. Object at C. Object is here exactly. Now object is at C. Again OB, object size, PO, object distance. But here PO is nothing but PC. PO is nothing but PC because object is at C. Okay, then I want to see the image characteristics again. So you see here, this is D. I will take BD is one incident ray. How it will reflect? Again, it will pass through principal focus. Another incident ray I have taken. Okay, let me take this is E. B is one incident ray which is passing through the principal focus. It is passing through principal focus. How it will reflect? It will reflect like this. You see E, B, G and H. If I take EH is one reflected ray and DG is one reflected ray. Now this reflected ray and this reflected ray both are meeting at this point. Then what is this point called? Image point. The point where the reflected rays meet or appear to meet. Now this is the image point. If this is the image point, then I take this is image size IM, but you measure this is this length and this length, this length and this length. So this height and this one both are same. So here H1, this is H1 and this is H2. Here H1 is equal to H2. PO is nothing but object distance and PI. So where the object is there only the image is formed. Here U equal to V. U equal to V because here where the object is formed there only the image is formed. And what type of image it is? Real image or virtual image? Because this reflected ray and this reflected ray really met. They really met. So it is what type of image it is? Real. Means if you put any screen here, you can get the image on the screen, no problem. But you see the object is above the principal axis, but image is below the principal axis. Object is above the principal axis, image is below the principal axis. So it is inverted. So these are the characteristics when object is at C. You are getting this type of characteristics you are going to get now. Okay, so you can observe that where the object is there only the image is formed. Image size and object size same. Object distance and image distance are same, but only it is inverted and it is a real image. Okay, now we'll go for another one. Now we'll go for object between C and F. Means between C and F. Okay, when object is between C and F means you observe from case 1 to case 2, case 2 to case 3, we are moving near to the spherical mirror. Object is infinity, beyond C, at C. Now still we are moving C to F. Now object is here. Again OB is the object. What is PO? PO object distance. And what is this length? Object size, that is OB is object size, PO. Okay, this is P. And now how the image is formed. Now again where the image is formed. Again this is D. And again how it will reflect. It will reflect like this. Okay, let me take this is G. Another light ray I will take. Okay, passing through the principal focus. Then I will take this is E. Okay, again I will take this is the reflected ray. Now you see this reflected ray and this reflected ray, they meet at this point. Then what is this point called? Image point. This is the image point. Then you draw this is IM is image size. Now you measure object size and image size. This is H2. This is H1. This is H1. This is H2. But here you see H2 greater than H1. When image size is greater than object size, then you can say it is magnified. magnified. Even you take image distance. Image distance means from P to I. This distance is greater than object distance, P to O. PO object distance, PI image distance. So here V greater than U, V greater than U, H2 greater than H1 and V greater than U. Is it real image or virtual image? You see this reflected ray and this reflected ray both met at this point. So it is real. Is it erected or inverted? Object is on above the principal axis but image is formed like this. Image is below the principal axis. It is above, it is below. So it is real and inverted image. These are the characteristics you will get when object is between C and F. You see, when we are moving near to the spherical mirror, magnification is increasing. Okay, that you see here. Now, you can take object at F. This is another condition. Let us take one condition, that is object is between F and P. Object is between F and P. Means when the object is between F and P, means F and P means here. When it is between F and P, you can means it is in focal length. That is, you should understand, in focal length. Object in focal length. Object is in focal length. Then what type of image you are going to get? That we will check here. That we will check here. Now you take, again, OB is the object. What is PO? PO is object distance. Means now object distance is decreased. Still you are very near. Okay. Means where you are. You are between P and F. P and F means you are in focal length. Object is in focal length. Then what happens? One incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis, how it will reflect? It will reflect like this. It will pass through principal focus. Another light ray I am taking. It is falling at principal focus, that is the pole. It is falling at pole. Then what happens? You want to, now this is the incident ray. You want to draw the reflected ray. Then what you have to do? At the point of incidence, draw the normal. From where? From center. Now principal axis is going to be the normal for that incident ray. Then what is this? This is the angle of incidence, because this is incident ray and this is the normal. So incident ray normal, this is the angle of incidence. Then you will take angle of reflection. Then you will draw the reflected ray. Now this is reflected ray. But you see, this incident, this reflected ray and this reflected ray are meeting and moving in the different paths. So they cannot meet. They cannot means really they cannot means. When reality is not there, go for virtuality. Okay. Then means this ray and this ray cannot meet. So can we extend them back? When we extend them back, they meet here. Does they really meet? No, they appear to meet there. They appear to meet. So reality not there. So we have moved for the virtuality. Now you see. Now what is this point? When we extended this reflected ray, now this is one reflected ray, this is another reflected ray, this reflected is extended and this reflected. Now this is image point. So IM is image. But you see, this is OB, H1, object size, IM, image size, but here H2 is much greater than H1. H2 is much greater than H1. So what type of image you are going to get here? You are going to get magnified image. But you see, is it really or virtual image? really these two reflected rays have met? No, they appear to meet. It formed behind the mirror. It formed behind the mirror means it is virtual. It is virtual. Now you see object distance also, the image distance also increased, and also is it erected or inverted? You see object is above the principal axis, image is also above the principal axis, so it is erected. You are not going to get inverted image. Object is like that, image is also like that. Object is like this, image also like that. Okay, so image is not inverted. So what type of image you are going to get? Magnified, virtual and erected image. This is what we use, this type of mirrors we use for in the beauty parlors or as shaving mirrors or for ENT doctors whenever you want to see magnified and erected. So for that what you have to do, the object, where the object should be there, object should be in focal length. Object should be in focal length means focal length should be more. If focal length should be more means radius of curvature also should be more. So radius of curvature should be more. Okay, so that focal length. So if focal length has to be increased, radius of curvature means when radius of curvature is changing, the focal length is also changes. So when you take more focal length, automatically the object will be in the focal length. This is the point you should understand. When you take a mirror such that its radius of curvature is very more, so that focal length also will be more, automatically an object. Now I am using this mirror as a shaving mirror. Automatically my head will be in the focal length. When my head is focal length, I will get magnified image. Okay, when you want to get that magnified image, the object should be in focal length. If the object should be in focal length, then focal length should be more for that mirror. So that means radius of curvature should be more. This is what we use by, it is used by the ENT doctors or shaving mirror or beauty parlor where you want to get the magnified images. And also you might have seen when we are moving near to the mirror, magnification is increasing and you are getting erected images. So in concave mirrors you will get real images, virtual images, erected images, inverted images, okay, diminished images, magnified images, all types of images you are getting when you are using the concave mirror. This is one thing you should understand, the characteristics. Now I am going to take another one, that is convex. Now I am going to take convex. Now you take convex. This is the convex. Now this is the part of a spherical mirror. This is the pole. And for convex, the principal focus and center of curvature is behind the mirror. Actually this is reflecting side and that is behind the mirror. Now you take one object, OB is the object, one incident ray I have taken parallel to the principal axis. How it will reflect? Now this is the point of incidence D. How it will reflect? You want to know how the reflected ray. Then what you have to do? You have to draw the normal. How will you draw the normal? From C, from center. Now this is the incident ray and this is the normal. So this is the angle of incidence. So this will be the reflected ray. Now this is the reflected ray. This is the reflected ray. When you extend the reflected ray, it will pass through principal focus. Another incident ray I have taken. This is another incident ray which is fallen on P. Again you want to know this is the incident ray, then how it will reflect. Then this is incident ray, at this point you have to draw the normal. From here, this is only the normal. Then it is angle of incidence, there is angle of reflection, then this is the reflected ray. So this is one reflected ray, this is another reflected ray. Can they meet? This ray and this ray, can they meet? They cannot meet. So real condition not there. When real condition is not there, go for virtual condition. Then I extended this one and I extended this one and they appear to meet. Now the point where the reflected rays meet or appear to meet, that is called image point. Now what is this point? Image point. Now I take this is IM is image, this is image. You take this is H1, OB is H1, IM is H2. Here H2 less than H1 means what type of image it is? Diminished. It is diminished. Okay, and you see, is it virtual or real? Virtual. How can you say it is virtual? The thing is, this reflected ray and this reflected ray, they appear to meet at this point, so it is virtual, but it is erected. Object is like that, image is also like that. It formed behind the mirror, so it is erected. So object is like that, image is also like, means object is above the principal axis, image is also above the principal axis, so you are getting diminished images. So on convex you are going to get diminished, virtual and erected images. Now you see, this is where we use that is as rear view mirrors for vehicles. When you want to see what vehicle is there behind you, this for two wheelers or four wheelers we use, because this is the area field, this is the field area, field of vision, means what we can say, the area between the two reflected rays, it is field. Now here for example a car is there, a bus is there, okay, like that. This car or bus, it appears here as small one because maybe car size is more, but in the mirror it appears to be small because here we can say H2 is less than H1. And also at the same time, what is Pi? This distance, this is image distance, this is object distance. Here V is less than U. This is another one we have to understand. Image distance is less than object distance. Actually object may be at 10 meters really, but in mirror it appears less than 10 meters. So image distance is less than object distance and image size is less than object size, and it is erected. Erected means how the bus is there, in the same way the bus or car appears, it will not appear in the inverted way. So we want erected one and image. So when object is far, but for you it appears to be very near, so that you will be alert. Okay, so the vehicle is coming, so that you will be alert and you will take the next decision whether you want to move away or how you have to travel. So image distance is less than object distance and image size is less than, because you know, if you take any plane mirror, what happens? Image size is equal to the object size, so the total mirror will occupy that object only, don't get. So you want the image size less and it should be erected, and also image distance is less than object distance. So what type of mirror you choose? Convex mirror you choose. Okay, so that is the benefits you are going to get when you are using concave or convex mirrors. Thank you.